That was a good start. Start with a fart, as they say.
I like that. I like that. They do
How you
say,
feeling?
You know what? They do say start with a fart.
They do. Like, I've heard that said many times, like, because we've said it, so it must be true. We said it just now. Yeah? I don't know.
I feel. How do I feel?
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah, just in general. How are you feeling?
I just want. I don't know. I'm just in a mood to do something. I just want to go out and do something, but I can't because fucking Boris still says no.
That's fair. I think we're all out in a mood. We're all in a mood most of the time. Some sort of mood. I've heard there's different ones, like happy, sad. Normally we just go with like mildly grumpy and a pissed off.
I don't know about that. I always just have this sense of like really. Just it's not. I'm not in pain. I'm not in pain. But there's just this constant state of discomfort forever.
Yeah.
And that's it. Just forever.
Oh dear. Right. Okay. We've got first things first. Lockdown. Corona update. Soon there will be pubs. No.
Maybe not round here. Apparently, round our ways is a bit of a landmine for the coronavirus, from what I've heard.
Well, I think across the country, apart from some select areas that have been naughty boys, on the 4th of July, we should have pubs, restaurants, and most importantly for me, barbers opening up again. Because anyone watching the video version of this podcast, which you can get live at twitch.tv/gamesbadly, and also after it's recorded on YouTube, on the Games Badly YouTube channel, if anyone watches that, you can see the state of my mop. It's just been growing. It was growing for about a month before lockdown even happened, and then it happened and I was like, well, I guess I'm going to be a long hair boy now. And meanwhile, you're like mostly bald and can shave your head.
Yeah. I just started shaving my head. I thought, fuck this. I can't be arsed waiting. I'm just going to shave it all.
We are live, Tessoteric. That is correct. We're live. We are live with this abomination of a podcast. And guess what? Judd bought some clothes. Breaking news, everyone! Breaking news. Wait, hold on. Let me get the sound. Let me get the breaking news sound effect on.
Okay, go on. Breaking news.
News sound effects. What? Okay, this will probably do it. Right, here we go. Is it? Breaking news, everyone! Judd has bought some clothes. He's bought some fashionable clothes. Oh my god!
This is great. This is great audio material. Look at me.
So we
Look, in this audio format. Look at this visual.
This new outfit that just went. Well, let me explain what happens. Every so often, I'd say every 3 years. Probably around every 3 years, Judd decides I need more clothes.
Yeah,
and then
I go. I'm tired of living in this one rag that I've been wearing for the past 3 weeks. I'm going to actually go out and buy some nice clothes. And every single time I do, I have to get Jake out because I don't know what looks nice. I don't know what people think looks nice. So I get Jake to tell me what to wear.
Apparently, you look like the typical German tourist in Turkey.
That is a good vibe.
It's a good vibe.
That's a good vibe. That's a good vibe. I'm sending Jake a picture right now. So again, good content for an audio thing. I've just been watching Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and the main character Hunter S. Thompson wears some glasses in that movie, and I think I should get a pair of those glasses.
Yeah, that would work actually. You know, that'd work really well.
Should
work with both outfits you got.
Should we do some online shopping now and have a look for some? See if we can find some.
We'll do that after the podcast, but we can do it on stream. But basically, he does that, and we went out into like a retail park near us, and they had some decent shops there, and you had a budget of about £150, didn't you? And we managed to get, what did we get? We got you 2 shirts, a pair of jeans, like 6 t-shirts. We got loads of t-shirts, didn't we? A pair of shorts, a necklace, a couple of rings, a watch, 2 pairs of shoes. Am I missing anything?
Necklace.
Yeah, I said a necklace. But yeah, you got all sorts for that. But it was really good. And you normally want going out stuff, don't you?
Did you say a watch?
Yeah, I said a watch. So
This is absolute proof that I just don't listen to you. I wait for a space for when you finish speaking in this podcast, and then I go, "Oh yeah, here's the."
I still want you to take some pictures of yourself, or get your nanan to take some pictures of you in the outfits we did, because it looks really good. It works quite well because I've been sort of getting into fashion a lot more lately, and sort of like, I don't know, shoes and all sorts of things like that. So I don't know. How do you feel about your new outfits?
I like them. I really, really like them. Though I'm trying to find more pictures of this guy that I just sent you, because I almost feel like I want to try and copy this vibe.
If no one knows who that is, I mean, you said what movie he's from, and people can look him up.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. It's the main character, Hunter S. Thompson.
But yeah, it's quite a stylish vibe that at the minute, actually. So yeah, I don't know. It was fun, wasn't it? We were very, very respectful of social distancing boundaries. I think we did well for like sizing and stuff. Like, is all the sizes on the clothes fine? Because you weren't allowed to try anything on, were you?
It's all fine. It's all fine. The jeans are quite baggy, and I can feel them falling down on me a little bit. But it's fine because I can deal with that. And also the pockets are quite deep for me. So it's really weird. It's really weird wearing jeans, but being able to fit everything nicely into my pocket.
Yeah. So long as they're not too big, you can always put a belt on and things like that, can't you? And we actually managed to get you to buy some stylish shoes as well. What were they? Were they Adidas Gazelles?
No, they weren't. They weren't Gazelles because they didn't have the Gazelles in the right size for me. It was Reeboks. We got some Reeboks for me.
Oh, are you sure it was Reebok?
Yeah.
Ah, well, they're not as cool.
I think they're in. I can run and quickly get them if you want. They're in the other room.
Nah, that's all right.
I'll leave it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's fun. I always like it when we do that, and I managed to get a big baggy jumper. I've been really getting into fashion a lot lately, and I think me and Jasmine have decided that Jasmine is my girlfriend. For people who don't know, I have a girlfriend. I bet no one ever expected that.
I didn't.
We've decided that when we're both looking for jobs at the minute, and the first paycheck we get from like the job we get eventually, we're just gonna like just blow it all. Like the first paycheck, we're just gonna splooge it all out and not worry about that, and then we'll be sensible with money after that. But for now, yeah. So I think I'm going to end up... you can come with if you want on that shopping spree and probably buy a fair amount of clothes and all that sort of thing.
I thought you were addressing the audience then.
No, the audience can't come with us.
Why
that
not?
Would be...
What? Why can't they?
Because they don't know where we live. Well, from the amount of giveaways...
Why don't we tell them? My postcode is...
From the amount of, like, sort of accidental leaking we've done, I bet people could go back through VODs and probably piece it together, actually.
I believe that our audience gives as little shits about us as we do as like this podcast. Yeah, so
that's fair enough.
They simply wouldn't care. Like of all the people they could track down and stalk, who the fuck would want to stalk us?
Well, to be fair, think about it.
How boring is that?
Think about it. What sort of audience do you think we are going to attract with the type of content we make? It's got to be a bunch of weird freaks. I mean, no offense to you all, but come on.
Yeah, it's going to be. The thing is, it's going to be weird freaks, but it's not going to be like proactive weird freaks. They're not going to be out doing stuff. They're going to be sitting in the rooms, drenching in their own fucking filth.
Speaking of filth, Tessoteric's sorry. Tessoteric's asking if he's still a rich man because do you remember we had a bet for Apex Legends Ranked Season 4 that
I don't remember that.
Well, I've got a bet with him basically, so that if I get to Master Rank on Apex Legends Season 4, he has to. No, it's Season 5. Sorry, that we're on at the minute, the current Apex season. Then he has to donate £100 to the stream. But if I don't manage to get it, I'm not allowed to play Apex Ranked again. So there you go. We salute you, sir. Right, let me just look at this stupid picture Judd sent me.
I sent more pictures. That's
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas bloke.
It's not so much that one. It's the first one. I can't get a good shot of that first one because, you know, earlier I was saying, oh, I like the shots in this movie because that they're meant to be on sort of like a wild drug binge, and all of the shots are really up close and uncomfortable to sort of portray that paranoia. But the problem is, I'm wanting to show you this guy's outfit, and I can't because all I have is this big fucking sweaty face.
I don't know. It works. It's fine. So, Judd, today was Simon's birthday. And that's sort of, we were like you were saying, we're going to start, and we were giving Simon his presents. And if you don't know who Simon is, that's my mum's husband, basically. And we gave him his presents today, and for Father's Day we gave him a box of tomatoes. And I think we told him
and I bet that made him so happy. And I'm not saying that ironically either. I genuinely see him opening that up and going, "Oh yay, tomato!"
Does Esoteric saying that it's funny how bad quality your camera is compared to mine? It is quite funny. I mean, Judd's camera's significantly worse, but it's not. It shouldn't really be that much worse. It's mostly because of his internet connection,
which will be fixed in 5 days.
It should be fixed in 5 days.
We are getting it changed over.
The thing is, I've not been able to go over there and sort of sort Judd's shit out, like his setup and like where the camera is and where like the light is and all that stuff. And so he's been left to do it himself. So like this is the result. I've done my best to sort of alter it from my end, but yeah. That's quite funny, but yeah, Simon, for people who don't know, is a very basic guy, to put it quite mildly. He's he's boring as fuck, basically, and he doesn't have anything about him, does he? And
no,
so
literally not.
His version of sweets is cherry tomatoes, so we got him those for Father's Day.
Can you imagine? That's like me asking for turnips for a snack. He's fucking weird. He's some sort of ethereal alien creature. He's from another dimension. I truly cannot believe a being like this exists on our world.
It is quite funny. But whenever it comes to his birthday, we'll always ask him what he wants for his birthday. And he always says, I don't want anything. I don't want notes. I don't want anything. And the reason is, and so because of that, that's what I got him for his birthday. But on Amazon, you can order nothing. Like it's like a novelty thing, and I'm showing it on the screen now. And it's just this packaging that has nothing in it, and it's just some packaging with nothing in it. And that's what I got for him, which I find quite funny.
Did you watch that YouTube video I linked you to?
No, I was.
Okay.
I'm gonna send you the link to what I got. Him.
Okay. I've sent you another picture. I sent you another picture, by the way, of Hunter.
Yeah.
That get up I actually can do. I'd need like the stripy shirt in between. I'd also need a hippie to lick LSD off of my sleeve, but.
Yeah, but that sort of thing's not as fashionable. That last one you showed me, because it's like flannel standard sort of flannel shirt thing. Like it's still fine, but it's not like, it doesn't stand out or anything. It's not anything special.
The first thing is it's like
floral,
what I wanted,
floral
but it's and mainly I was thinking, shall I get those glasses or glasses like that, which. I might get, honestly.
I do think that like what we've got going on, like with watches and like this jumper that I've got, that's a drop shoulder thing, and I've got some rings on. I think we are looking fly as fuck on the podcast today. Gonna be honest. I know that might sound quite shit and cocky.
You never saw that other ring that I already had, did you? Because I told you I already had one ring. The one ring. There you go.
Yeah, I know which one it is, but yeah, I think that with the rings and the accessories and them shoes that you got and the outfits, it's gonna look good. But yeah, I just thought it was hilarious to buy Simon nothing for his birthday, because he's a very boring person. He's literally said he don't want anything for his birthday, so that's what I got him. I got him nothing. Cost me 10 quid that. Cost me £10 that nothing. That's pretty fun.
Fine. It cost you a bit more than that. It cost you £12 whole pounds. It cost you 12 quid.
No, it cost me 10.
Why would it cost you?
It's gone up since that link I sent you.
Oh, nothing is in high demand.
Right, another thing. that's happened since last podcast. My album is out. It's out. It's out on Spotify. If you're listening to this podcast on Spotify, just turn it off. I mean, it's shit anyway. And put on my album instead. It's Behind the Screen. That's the name of the album
Will.
and the artist.
Yeah, Will, listening to this right now, Will.
Yeah, Will.
Shit, turn it off. Why are you listening to this podcast, Will?
Yeah,
Who
turn
the
it
fuck
off
set you up to
and
do
go
that?
and listen to Behind the Screen on Spotify, okay? That's what you need to be doing. It's on Spotify. It's on everywhere, basically. Apple Music, YouTube Music. It's on all the shit. It should be on Amazon and all that sort of dealio. And not only that, the music video for the first track on the album is out as well on my channel. You can find my channel if you just Google Jacob Fox on YouTube, and it's got Judd starring in it, so that should be interesting. And we've said that for the last few podcasts, but it's out now. Have you seen it, Judd? Did you watch it on YouTube?
The music video.
Yeah. Have you watched it like since it's come out? I know I showed you it like on the big TV at Dad's, but
Yeah, I've watched it since it came out.
have you sent it to any of your friends?
No.
Oh. What do you think? Do you like it? It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
9 songs indeed. 9 songs indeed, Tessoteric.
Pretty good.
I figured that it might be quite fun if I cast my screen to you. We can sort of turn the music down on it, but sort of like commentate over it and sort of say what we were doing. Because I know it's like they can't see the video on a podcast, but they can hear like the music in the background, and we can like essentially commentate on the like process of filming the video. Yeah, that sort of thing. Do you think that's good podcast material, that, Judd?
No.
No. Okay, let's not do it then.
I don't think that's good podcast material.
Fuck it. If you want that, then let us know. We'll do it next week. But yeah, just check out the video and the album and all that sort of thing.
I'll tell you why that's not good podcast content. Because I'm imagining someone sat listening to this podcast, and all they're hearing is, "Oh yeah, that bit's good. Oh yeah."
No, Judd. Right, this is where we have to be professional podcasters. Right, we'd be saying, "Oh, there's a shot in this thing where Judd has to like smash his head through a snare drum." This is true, by the way. Where he has to smash his head through a snare drum, and we had to like sort of make sure there was no screws and stuff on the inside, and sort of essentially cut open this drum because because I said, no,
right,
fuck it. You can
this might actually. Okay, I'll tell you what. Yeah. Yeah, let's do this.
We can just talk about the music video instead. We don't have to put the thing on. If you want to know what we're talking about, check out the music video.
The fucking scenes we did. I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning.
Okay, right. Okay, we're doing it now.
My
Fine.
bloodstream is nothing but LSD and Fosters.
Okay, I'm gonna screencast it to Judd and. Oh, hold on a sec. Right, share. Okay, here we go. So Judd can see it now as well. And I'll put it on screens and cams so people who are watching live on twitch.tv/gamesbadly, you should be watching it live, can see as well. So we can hear it now. We went to this like abandoned fucking like, what was it, a coal mill, didn't we? To film like the sort of band shots. Because there's a bunch of shots of the band playing like there normally is in music videos. Sorry, I'm going to be doing some pausing because we're just going through the video to remind ourselves. And it was interesting, wasn't it? Playing sort of trying to film in public like that.
Yeah, it wasn't in public. There wasn't. It's a place that the public can visit, but there wasn't a lot of public people there. There was the odd few, weren't there? There was.
Yeah.
And there weren't like. I thought that there'd be, especially in Barnsley, that people going past going like, "Oh, look at these fucking idiots! What are they doing? They're not hanging around the pub and drinking and doing coke. That means they're different from us." What do you mean they've not put a 50 quid on Sky Bet from the Universal Credit? They're different. They're doing something creative.
Yeah, exactly. So Tessoteric saying, "I thought he is like 20 meters high." I don't know what you mean by that. I don't.
He thought I was 20 meters tall. He thought I was like some sort of Wendigo creature. some sort of giant towering monstrosity.
But yeah, we sort of did expect that. It's not like in a very public place. It's not like a place where a lot of people can see you necessarily, but there is some people. And the thing is, we thought it was abandoned, but when we wanted to film there, it had kind of been turned into like a memorial thing.
Yeah,
Sorry, I only saw that message, Tessa. Hold on a sec. How small is Judd? Oh, he did think you were like 20 meters high.
20 meters?
That's a lot.
That'd be fucking huge.
Do you mean 2
Meters
meters?
are the big
2 meters is different. Judd's not very tall.
2 meters is... I'd say I'm not even as big as 2 meters.
You're like 5'4".
I'd say 5'3". I'd say I'm like
5'3". Are you the same height as Jasmine?
I don't know.
I think you are. You might just be an inch taller. Let's say 5'4" to be generous. Alexa, how tall is 5'4" in meters?
5 feet 4 inches is 1.626 meters.
Okay. So there you go.
You know, if you stood, like if you were standing my entire length towards a person, you would be breaking social distancing rules.
You would.
Yeah.
You would. Okay. He's just said that's not high for a man.
You are right.
You know shit. Judd's quite short.
I am short, yeah.
Alexa, what is 1.8 meters in feet?
1.8 meters is 5 feet 11 inches.
That's about what I am. I might be like 185 centimeters, which is like what Tessa Turk's saying is like the regular height, which is what I am. We've got another shot in this music video that we're going through. We get distracted a lot in this podcast. Do you remember this shot where you're essentially walking down the street, and we wanted... The whole premise of this video is that you keep having these infuriating situations, and I give you this sort of like weird radioactive rod to make you go rage mode, and then you like do a bunch of raging stuff.
I take my anger out on the world around me.
Yeah, so we've got this one shot of Judd. You know the stereotypical thing of a car driving through a puddle next to you and like splashing you with water?
Yeah.
Well, it had not rained. So we had to we filled up like 4 buckets full of water and just poured them all at the side of the road where we could make like an artificial puddle.
Yeah.
And it was so... I don't know, it was kind of weird because, again, this is in public, and anyone who sees you doing this sort of thing is like, what are they doing? Yeah, and it was outside someone's house. And
yeah, this old guy was like outside of his house, and he saw us pouring this water, and he said something like, I hope you're going to clean that up. And I so desperately wanted to turn around to him and go, it's water, you fat fuck.
That's what you clean with.
Yeah, it can't get any clearer than pure water.
You know when it rains, does that guy yell at the sky and go, "Oi, God, you better clear this rain up"?
It's going to evaporate in like 20 minutes. What are you on about, you son?
We were literally worried about there not being enough water.
Yeah.
And I explicitly, because the way we had to do it was, we had someone driving a car, and then we had Carl to help filming as well, and I was on the camera, and obviously you were acting in this shot. So the thing is, we knew that if the driver drove through the puddle, it wouldn't actually splash on you enough. It wouldn't look good on camera. So the plan was to... sorry, I just got to address this. I'll finish off this and then Tessa Turk sent something. The plan was to have a bucket full, like half full of water, so that when they drove past the puddle, we could throw that bucket so it looked like they were splashing in the puddle and splashing on you. And I told everyone, right, you need to concentrate and make sure you do this properly because we've only got one shot at this, because otherwise it's going to be wet. And we ended up having to do it about 5 times, didn't we? Because you don't look wet until you get properly splashed on this one, which is fine. Like that meant it was all right, but I just were like, come on, how have you fucked this up so many times? And there was also, do you remember that little kid on his scooter? He were like, he wouldn't leave us alone. He just were like watching us do it, and it were like that kid on Incredibles who watches Mr. Incredible pick the car up. It was just, I would just.
Well, what are you waiting for? I don't know, something amazing, I guess.
Tesoteric saying you released an album in 2010. No, cause the publishers of the album messed it up, and they attributed our album to another artist that has the same name, another band. And there's been a big mix-up because there's 3 artists all called Behind the Screen that are all like just whacked on that same Spotify page, but they're all separate artists and they've not been separated. Like, still, like I sent an email to the publisher being like, you need to separate us from this other artist. That's not our album's been attributed to someone else. So rather than doing that, they just changed that artist's picture to our logo instead.
So they've just instead of separating you from their intellectual property, they've acquired their intellectual property for you.
Yeah.
That's how mafia works.
So the thing is, now it looks like my band has released 2 more albums before this one of which is like a metal hardcore album from 2010, and one of which is like a Japanese soundtrack.
That's sick, dude. You think you should just roll with that. That's
how
what stocks works.
Okay, I'm gonna continue on this video because we did that sort of water bit, and then you walked forward and we made it look like you were stepping in dog shit. Now, we actually had to make you step in dog shit for this.
Yeah, I did stand in dog shit for this, and it was the worst fucking thing I've ever filmed. Ever. And it was
great because we had to get a nice looking turd from my garden that my dog had made. Yeah. We had to find a nice looking one, pick it up in a plastic bag and sort of keep it intact and then place it on the floor, and it was a warm day, weren't it?
Yeah, it was a hot one.
Yeah, it's a really gross looking shot. It's it's brilliant though. Yeah, but do you remember we got some like spare old shoes for you to be in? Yeah. And yeah, it just looks gross because we made you like proper squelch in it, so that because the point was you had to lift up your foot and so that we could see that you'd stepped in it.
As well, you were to get this shot, because it's a shot of my foot like stepping in the dog shit from my perspective. So to get this shot, you were like hugging me from behind and aiming the camera down at this dog shit, and you filmed me stepping my foot in this dog shit and then lift it up and like look at it, like inquisitively studied this shit that I've just stood in, and just the second I stood in it, just the smell wafted in his faces, and we just stopped. We stopped halfway through and just went, what are we fucking doing? What is this?
There's some behind the scenes footage of me having to sort of pick that up and clean it up that you were filming for me, because I was like retching, I was about to puke. It was horrible. So yeah, there was that, which I thought was quite funny. I even made my dog get a cameo in this. I really enjoyed. I had to dress up as a scientist for this, and I had to like order a costume and all sorts. But which was quite fun. I liked dressing up like that.
How do I make my face do that? That's a really weird, like... Yeah. I look like some sort of frog creature.
So there's some visual effects in this that I had to do. They're not very good. Yes, Tesoteric's commenting on those editing skills. He's impressed, at least. I'm happy with that. And I had to do all of this myself. Like, I wrote this song, I produced all the music. The only thing I didn't do on this was play the drums. I even filmed and directed all this and edited it. So can some people suck me off a bit?
Wait.
Nice.
Okay, continue.
Yeah, but I had to sort of make things glow, so like I have to hand judge. It's essentially, think about the intro to The Simpsons, and then there's that like radioactive rod going round, you know, it looks like that,
like radioactive rod that like gets stuck in his shirt and shit like that. It's just that. And so what that was it was a Pritt stick.
Yeah, it was a glue stick. It was a stick of glue. But we had to make props and everything. Like, I had to get... Tesoteric's complimenting me a lot. I'm enjoying this. It's great. I had to get, like, a shit ton of hair gel to gel my hair, like, all, like... You know, like, really uniform. I had to do that. I had to poke the lenses out of some 3D glasses and put them on to make it look like I was wearing glasses. I had to, like... You know, get a shirt and wear my granddad's tie. I had to order a lab coat, and then we had to make props to make it look like I was handing him something like really sort of dangerous or radioactive. So to do that, I just found this like metal bucket thing, and I wanted to print one of those like radioactive logos and put it on there, but it didn't print right because we didn't have enough ink, and it's supposed to be black and yellow, but we didn't have any yellow ink, so it's like blue and like blue and pink kind of.
No, I don't know where you're getting pink from. That to me looks like whitish blue and like brown. The triangle looks like a brown.
Like that. Yeah, so, and then I just used kitchen tongs to, like, pick this supposedly radioactive thing out.
It's like like what you use to turn hot dogs.
Yeah, but because I'm, like, not a mega VFX guy, I had to essentially, frame by frame, draw around this Pritt stick. And you might think, oh, well, it's just rectangle anyway, this glue stick on screen. But it's not, because I'm holding it with tongs. So I had to draw around the bit that's on the right side of the tongs and the little bit that sticks out on the left side of the tongs. Plus, it's not a strict rectangle either. It's a bit curved on the end. So I had to draw around it for every single frame it's on screen. And then, when Judd starts holding it, when he grabs hold of it, his eyes are constantly growing from growing. That would be hilarious. They're constantly growing. No, they're constantly glowing from that point. Yeah. So I had to constantly draw around Judd's eyes, and he's got 2 eyes, so I have to do it once for each eye, and then to draw ovals around them. It was crazy, but it ended up looking really good.
Yeah,
which you can see if you watch the video. That
it's fair enough to say that you were trying to go for like a Bruce Banner thing, like a transformation.
Yeah, kind of Hulk type of deal.
And yeah, so my eyes are like growing. I fucking said it then. They're glowing from this like green energy.
Yeah.
And you had to to draw around my eyes,
crazy.
didn't you, for that?
Yeah, I use Adobe After Effects for some of the more important shots. Like, there's a shot where he sort of like does the sort of, it's like an anime type thing, isn't it, where they sort of look up, like they're looking down and then they look up at the camera, like really close up. One of those sorts of shots. And
I'm really proud with the little idea I had. You know, whenever when I do the transformation, like when I grab hold of the glowing rod, when I grab Jake's glowing rod, and I transform and my eyes glow, the ratio turns from like a YouTube video ratio to like a film ratio. What aspect ratio does it like?
It goes from 16:9 to 21:9.
So it
Tesoterix loves loving the face you pulled.
I don't know how I pull these faces. I turn like some sort of weird amphibian eldritch creature.
Anyway, I want to talk more about stories of filming rather than what you can see on the video, because if people want to see the video, they have to go and watch it, and it's kind of boring to just talk about that on podcast. But so because he stepped in a dog turd for one of the shots, I had a little shot of my dog sat there, so you could be like, oh yeah, you can see he stepped in dog turd, and like a bit of contextual shot. But we wanted a shot of him raging and thought it wouldn't make sense for him to sort of like, he would rage at the dog, but he can't exactly kick my dog, you know?
I'm not gonna hurt like a real animal, am I?
So to get around that, because it's a goofy video already, we just got a teddy bear of a dog that looks nothing like my dog, but
it's like not even a quarter of its size, and it's a different breed, and it's.
And we just filmed a bunch of sort of slow-mo of him raging out at stuff, and he just kicks and yeets this dog into the air. It's brilliant.
Fucking kick this dog.
There's like
not the real one.
We even got shots of him like headbutting a post and that, like a lamppost, because I don't know, it's just a good rage shot. But the thing is, because we've done like some sort of stunt type videos before, I was like, I was completely confident that any sort of painful shot we have to do, we're just fucking doing it. Like, we're not editing it so it looks different, and we just made Judd, literally just made you bash your head into a lamppost.
But also, you said to me, headbutt this lamppost, and I said, okay. Like...
Tesoterix saying the normal people watching you film this must... Yeah, I know. It was a bit... Yeah. I mean, we don't get embarrassed much, really, do we? Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing all this shit.
But... I guess it could probably be seen as cringy, but we're not... We're doing it for something. When people are making actual music videos, they are, the fucking film it. They're doing it.
Yeah.
So
they have to start somewhere.
Yeah. How is this any different?
It annoys me when
me
people look down on that
says
sort of
me
thing.
while I'm looking at a frame of me laying on the grass and eating grass with glowing green Hulk eyes.
Yeah, that's one of the shots of just like freaking out on the floor and literally eating grass and
I just
shit.
start eating grass.
There's a brilliant shot that we got because we were using my phone for slow mo. There's a brilliant shot of him like ripping the shirt open. It took some forethought because we had to like make sure we filmed this shot. Because we didn't want the shirt to be ripped in a lot of scenes. So he's like ripping his shirt open, and like you can see a button go flying in slow motion.
You see a button just ping off of my shirt. Yeah, I love that.
We love that shot. It's a really good one. But yeah, I don't know. It was really fun. It was in this like abandoned sort of coal mill thing. It was outside, but it was there was almost like an archway. It wasn't an arch, it was more like a square way. And we were playing in there and it was super echoey because we'd actually brought a proper drum kit, and the drummer had the song like in his ears so he could play at the right timing. Do you remember how echoey that was and how
it was
fucking
really
loud it was?
It was really fucking loud.
It was ridiculous. And then we got a shot.
We just somehow found a naturally perfect echo chamber for these fucking drums.
Yeah. So we've also got a shot. We wanted a shot of like, because again, it's a bunch of stuff happening that like should be annoying and make him want him to rage. I think I said that sentence in the wrong order, but you get the idea. So one of the things that we wanted to happen was him open the fridge and there'd be nothing left in the fridge, but we decided to just leave a potato in. And thing is, this was on a day where my family had completely had the fridge so full, and we had to take all of it out, and just off camera, right above the fridge, is a bunch of food just piled on the side.
As I'm like in this shot, I'm like crouching down because your fridge is like in like a little cupboard space, and it's like knee high, and I'm like crouching down to like get a good look in this fridge, and I'm supposed to be like, oh, there's nothing in this fridge, and I'm a bit grumpy about that, but just on the counter above it is fucking loads of food.
Yeah, it is really funny. And then, do you remember we had to? Oh, and I had to put the because the shot was of you opening the fridge, kneeling down and looking in it. I had to put the camera in the fridge, and you opened it, and we had to get this shot multiple times to get the right reaction of you being just goofy enough, which I found quite funny. Yeah. It was an interesting one, and then we had you go into the room and pretend to be playing a game, and then this is the brilliant bit where we wanted you to have like a girlfriend, like some sort of partner that were like unplugging the TV and annoying you with that.
Sorry guys, this is where the music video gets a bit unrealistic. I have a girlfriend in this scene. the whole transformation is fine, but
Although, saying it's unrealistic, looking at who we got to play your girlfriend in this, not so unrealistic because
I think I've dated a couple of girls that look like this.
We got the bass player from my band to play his girlfriend. He's a guy, and we didn't try and make it look convincing that he was a girl at all. We just made him put on like a girl's blouse and a bra underneath it, so it looked like he had some sort of breast, and then whacked a red wig on him that was like a long red wig, and it was hilarious because thing is he was trying to get out of filming because he was a bit ill, weren't he? Had a migraine or something. And we just fully forced him to.
We just bully him. We were just like, what? Come on, just do it though. But why aren't you doing it? I'm here doing it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
We bullied him.
We literally just sent someone to pick him up and bring him back because I couldn't drive by this point, and we had to get some other stuff filmed as well. We didn't have much time to film.
Sent someone after him. We're like, go bring him to us.
To play a girl. It was brilliant. And
we're sending us fucking flying monkeys off to get. We're like, bring him here and make him wear the wig.
Do you remember that?
Dress him like a girl.
We had some shots of you attacking this girlfriend because she were mad at them, because the next shot after she unplugs the TV is me giving as Derek saying he's glad us two had fun, at least. The next shot is of me giving him the glowing rod again and him like raging out for a second time. And after that, we had a bunch of shots of him essentially beating up his girlfriend. We kind of had a bunch of domestic abuse going on in this thing, which was not good.
We have some shots that don't appear in the final edit where I think I was like actually just fucking decking my girlfriend, like punching the shower.
There was one of them of you like slamming her into the floor and sat on her back while she's like laid belly down on the floor. Obviously it was Benji, he was a guy, and getting this TV power cord they've just unplugged and wrapping it around the neck and strangling them with it,
choking her out with it. And executed. It's like something from The Punisher, because she stopped me playing video games, so I'm trying to execute her. It's awful.
So Derek's asking why they feed you uranium. That's the real question. Is it? I think that's perfectly normal.
Yeah, I think that's normal.
So instead, we just had you chase her upstairs into the bedroom, where we decided on the spot we were gonna do these shots of this girlfriend cheating on you at that point as another thing to rage out over. Which makes no sense, because she's come downstairs to unplug your TV and you've chased her upstairs and she's immediately in bed with someone.
Immediately, like a good she's 3 seconds, she's already undressed and in bed with another man. Yeah. Like, I am the quintessential soy boy. 5 seconds, and my girlfriend's in bed with another man.
We did a proper good comedy scene of you beating him up and slamming him into the thing.
I beat up Carl, who has been on the podcast before, and Carl, she was obviously she was sleeping with Carl because Carl's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, he's the model of the group.
So I kill Carl basically. I either knock him unconscious or he is dead. He looks dead.
It's one of those,
all I get from my girlfriend in the shot is a face of mild annoyance.
That's the bit that when people have watched this that they find really funny, and it is meant to be like a goofy fun video because we didn't want to be taken that seriously, you know. The vibe I was going for with it was we wanted it to be some goofy fun video where people watch it and were like, that's actually quite good though, you know. Like I wanted people to still think it was produced well, but it to be quite fun and like a bit silly. So we got this shot of like this radio, because there's a bit in the song that sounds a bit like it's played on a radio, and it pans across to me, and we got this slow-mo bit of Judd just double kicking me mid-air. Like,
I really wish I weren't so fat, because I could have got more air and it could have been a better kick, or I could have I was sort of bracing for the fall as I was jumping, and that sort of stopped me from getting a good proper kick in, but it looks alright.
It ended up looking decent.
There's a few things I just wish, I could have done different. Or I could have tried and done like like obviously doing it bad, but sort of like a flying crane kick.
Yeah. Well, we were going for, there's a scene, there's a bit on Jackass where they're having an argument over whether it's possible to do a double head kick on someone. And they found out it's possible, but it's really hard. You have to be able to jump really high, obviously, because you have to be able to jump like 6 foot high, which I was kind of hoping you could do, but I never expected you to actually be able to do it. Because I wanted you to kick me in the side of the head. Like, that was genuinely what we were going for.
I'm not like athletic. I'm a bit fat. I'm definitely smaller than you. It just the odds weren't in my favour trying to get that much height. And
that would have looked sick. It would have looked so good.
I kind of reached just under your ribs.
But again, that's like, I mean, it didn't not hurt, and we did do it, and the whole plan was to just do it. But yeah, we kind of got like ribs, arm, sort of hip.
No, actually, it's more like hip, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's a really cool shot of Cal like you kind of kidnap him from around the corner as well, don't you? That was a cool shot of just like, it's okay. Tesoteric's leaving. See you, man. Thanks for stopping by. It was so fun to watch you just like kidnap someone. So far when we're filming this, we've filmed domestic abuse, kidnapping, assault, animal abuse. It's like. And we've got shots of you like destroying. Hold on a sec, Judd. You talk about destroying some stuff, because you destroyed what, like a microphone, and then talk about this where you were chasing us with this thing.
Okay, let's do the microphone bit first. So, there's this bit where I've got this microphone, and this microphone was already broken, weren't it? It wasn't working. So I got this microphone, and we got a few shots of me like swinging it around like I'm using it like a flail, and then there's a shot of me. I hit it against a brick wall, and it like smashes. It's a really nice shot, especially in slow mo. But it like backfires, and it comes very close to just smacking me right in the face.
I just find it so funny that we turned up to this place and saw this jagged, janky-ass looking bit of metal. Yeah. Thought, that's getting in somehow. That
because I was like looking around for like different ways to basically bully the band.
Yeah.
And I walked around the back of this mine, and there was just this big fucking jagged piece of rusty metal, and I pointed it and went like that. I'm gonna chase you with that.
It is a funny one seeing you just you're chasing us across the screen Scooby-Doo style with this fucking bit of metal.
It'd say like it wanted to be like a proper Scooby-Doo. What row, Rabbi?
There's a really cool shot as well, like of you, because we made sure to bring as many instruments as possible that we were okay to get smashed up. And there's a really cool shot that we tried for ages of you slamming this like little guitar that I didn't need anymore. I'd done some videos with it and that.
I remember you getting upset about this. Like we were smashing the guitar, and you passed me this guitar, and you're like, right, smash this, and I was like, okay, and I was about to do it. I was like, oh, we should probably cut these strings before I do it, because if I break this guitar and the string snaps, it could like whip and like get me in the eye or just something. I remember you being like, no, do it, and like me and the whole band were going, no, we're not going to do it. And you went, oh, fucking fine, we'll cut it.
I don't remember it being that bad, but it turned out really cool because you had to whack it on the floor so many times, didn't you? That your hands were hurting.
Yeah, I thought, oh, I'm just gonna smack this on the floor and like it's gonna break and it's just gonna look cool. And I probably slammed it on the floor like a good 6 or 7 times trying to get this fucking thing to just break. If it was an acoustic guitar, it'd just like shatter.
Yeah, that's what we wanted, really.
Yeah.
And it ended up looking really cool. And then, like we said, we talked about you having to slam your head through this drum. It's a snare drum. And again, this is another point where I just didn't give a shit, really, because like Bam was saying, right, well, we need to sort of cut it, and like you need to be careful because there's like screws on the inside. And that I was like, nah, it'll be fine. Just let him slam it on his head.
You're just going, no, do it. Just do it. And the thing is, yeah, there could have absolutely just been screws on the inside of this drum, and I could have like slammed my head through it and just flayed the skin off of my face. I just flayed my flesh, and like you were just going, no, do it.
But the thing is, that would have looked quite cool too.
But I would have burst out of there, and there would just been blood everywhere. We would absolutely this video would have been demonetized immediately.
Well, Universal Music Group will claim it somehow anyway, even though it's a completely original song.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed doing that a lot. There's a lot of like shots of you abusing the band, which like didn't even make it in. But it was fun to film. Yeah, there's some really good shots. There's like some really good screenshots that I've sent to you before, isn't there? Of like you smashing stuff up. And I think that's the main reason you enjoyed doing it. Just like, you know, being able to sort of get cool pictures of yourself. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah. So there's some really cool stuff.
I like having just pictures of me in like really weird and precarious like situations. I think there's I just think it's funny just to have these pictures, just to go, look at me in this situation, and people just be like, how are you in that situation? Like, I've got like saved on my phone, and there's like one of me at this nightclub called Corp. It's Jake's nightclub in the world, and I'm not in a sane state of mind. State of mind. I'm not riding on easy street, shall we say? And so you know how sometimes people go around like clubs and they take pictures of you, and those pictures will end up on like the club's Facebook. They're like, check out Friday night at Co-op, and it'll be a bunch of pictures of people hanging out.
Yeah, they'll hire a photographer to take some good pictures of people who look like they're having fun.
And there's this one picture of me. You can just tell I'm fucked. I'm out. I'm so out of it. And I've got I'm doing like the prayer sign with my hands.
You look like you found peace.
I look like I've absolutely found Jesus Christ, and I'm looking up to the sky in acceptance of cheese and crackers, our Lord and Savior, cheese and crackers. And I'm looking up to the sky, and it's almost like a Renaissance painting, because behind me is my friend Sam, and he's reaching over to grab me by the shoulder and pull me away from this photographer, because he knows I'm about to do something fucking stupid. So he's reaching out to grab me, and just behind him is his girlfriend at the time laughing. And it's this beautiful picture.
It's good.
So yeah,
it's good.
I love having stuff like that.
Right, listen here, you. We've been going for a little while, and we need to fit in this WikiHow segment that we do.
Oh God, nobody likes
stupid
goddamn
shit that we do. This is where we very literally learn from WikiHow, and we take it absolutely literally. And guess what, Judd? Today, this is what we're learning.
Go on.
Well, I'm nearly there. I'm in. We're learning how to hack. That was a fun bit, wasn't it? That was a funny joke.
Is he actually learning how to hack?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do today from WikiHow. Are you ready? So step 1. The first part is preparing before you hack. Okay. Step 1, learning a programming language. I don't know what language programming is normally done in. Maybe like Japanese or French.
Russian.
Or Russian. So learn Russian.
It's clearly Russian.
Yeah.
Learn Russian. All right, step 1. I've done it. Let's go.
Learn Russian. Nice one. Okay, now know your target. And I find it quite funny. The picture for this on WikiHow is just a massive guy looking at a computer that has a massive target on it. That's all it has on it. If he doesn't know which one's his, then I mean,
I don't think we can change that at all, because they've already done the joke for us. I was gonna try and make a joke about like actual targets, and they've already done it for me.
It says use like asterisk Nix terminal for commands, and it says like, and one of them, like an example, is called, it's spelt CYGWIN, which looks Welsh. So
sorry, I've just really quickly, I've just sent you my file of pictures of me in precarious situations.
Okay, nice one, thanks. So I think that like we have to go to Wales. We have to speak Russian in Wales.
Okay.
Does that seem right? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm just quickly looking through these fucking pictures of you being all fucked up. Right. Okay. So speak Russian in Wales. Okay. Nothing to do with computers yet.
Привет, comrade. Nozvedanya.
Secure your machine first. It doesn't say what machine, so I'm gonna go with tractor. So we have to make sure we put a bike lock on our tractor, sit on it, and go. Do svidania, Welsh person.
Hello, Welsh person. I am Russian person. I am pro hacker. No svidania.
We will hack into the mainframe in no time. Okay. Test the target. So I mean, I don't know what test. Maybe like maths or something. So give a maths paper to your target.
Listen here, target. What is ER equals MC squared? Oh wait, sorry. I mean, I just told you because it equals MC squared. What does E equal?
Imagine if that's how tests work.
Imagine. All right, Bill, I'm gonna test you. Right, okay. A equals 5. I mean, wait, fuck. I mean, what does A equal?
A equals 5. What does A equal? 5? Oh, that's good.
It's GCSE.
All right. Okay. Find a path or open port in the system. So maybe like a port in Wales. I don't know what that would be. Let's
That'd be a
Google
ship
port towns. Port towns in Wales. Okay, Holyhead. Right, that'll do. Or Holyhead. How about Milford Haven? Those are all the MILFs.
Milford Haven, nice.
Yeah. So we're gonna speak Russian on a tractor that we've put a bike lock on to make sure it's secure, and we have to sail that tractor into Milford Haven while testing our target with a maths paper. That's good. This is quite a complicated process to get into the mainframe, but I'm sure it'll all be worth it.
3 times 5 equals 15. What is 3 times 5?
And one of the stages this is literally the title of it, use various tricks. What? Like a magic trick or like
I will now pull rabbit from hat.
This Russian is fucking
rabbit
Milford
is
Haven
here.
up.
Rabbit is dead. I kill rabbit. I am too strong.
You have to create a back door. So just like make one out of wood. Just like, cut up a tree, make it into a door. I don't know what you do with that door. We have to make one. I find that the picture for this is quite...
I will now punch down tree to get wood like in Minecraft.
I find it funny the picture they've done for this one because they've just put a small door and a PC tower. I don't think that's what they mean by a back door into the system. But fine, yeah, I'm gonna put a tiny back door onto my computer. Nice one. Okay. And then lastly is cover your tracks. I'm not so sure how we'll be leaving tracks if we're sailing a tractor into Milford Haven. But we can make sure we're doing that.
Pretty fucking big, to be honest. We'll need to cover up
We're
a lot of
sailing it. How do you have tracks from sailing?
Oh, well, yeah. I don't know.
Don't know, mate.
I don't know. All the fumes coming out the top.
Nice one. Okay.
Put a cap on it.
Well, that's the end. We've learnt how to become hackers. We're speaking Russian in the Welsh port of Milford Haven while riding on a bike-locked tractor. Nice.
Hackers.
Very good. I wonder if people are bored of this segment yet.
I tell you what, I fucking am.
So, there's only one more thing that I wanted to tell you about on the podcast, which was it was last night when I went to bed. So because Jasmine's been staying at my house, she's been sleeping in my bed like a lot. And last night, well, this early this morning, I woke up.
Did you have sex, Jake?
What, last night or early this morning?
Yeah, both.
No.
Oh, well, that's
Sorry to disappoint you. But I woke up early this morning and she weren't in bed, and I was like, oh, what? To start with, because I'd just woken up and I was like, she's gone. But then, I was like, oh, she's probably just gone to sleep in another room. And so, when I woke up properly, I asked her where she went last night, and she told me that she was like, oh, I don't know, I can't remember you were, and then she was like, oh wait, no, I do remember, you were laughing in your sleep. So I was like, I'd pushed her right to the side of the bed by accident, and I was right next to her going,
That's terrifying. That's awful. Were you making like pained noises and sort of phlegmy sounds as well, going like that?
No, I was just laughing like a normal laugh. But she told me that because I was sleeping, I wasn't really. You know when you laugh, you kind of scrunch up your face. That wasn't happening. So I was just blank face going.
That's awful. Did you have clown makeup on and did you have a gun? Did you think you were on a talk show? Awful.
No, but I thought that was really funny, and I think it was weird because she told me that, and I remembered having a dream, right, where I knew that whatever I was doing in that dream, my body would be making those noises in real life, but I thought I was dreaming while asleep. You know what I mean? So I was dreaming that if I made a noise in my dream, I knew that my not dreaming version of me would be making those noises really weird, and I thought, but the thing is, I dreamt of me sleeping and making those noises, you know. So it was like a weird layered dream, but I think some of it must have got through because I started off laughing, and then I thought I'm gonna try and freak everyone out in my house and start screaming. So in my dream, I was going, ah! to try and make myself scream in real life. No. But luckily that bit didn't get through until real life. It was only the creepy laughter that got through. Oh.
That's awful.
So yeah, that's quite funny. Have you ever like sleep talked or walked or anything like that?
I remember I don't know. I might have talked in my sleep or something and just not known. The only sort of thing that I know where I've done anything like that was this was years ago. I was back in primary school. I had a dream that this girl I had a crush on was getting like beat up by a bunch of like bullies, like proper getting beat up. And in my dream, I fucking dashed to save her, like ran towards her. And in real life, my body, I went forward really quick, like in real life to fucking like save her. And the place I was sleeping in, I was facing a wall, and that wall had a radiator on. So basically what I did was, in real life, I just leapt forward and went boom into this fucking radiator. I just smacked my head into this metal radiator. Like at 2 a.m, I just went bang into this radiator. I just went, ah! I just slammed my face into a radiator like full force.
I've got one more story of when I sleepwalked, and I used to do it like a fair amount when I was a kid. And I used to have a bunk bed, and I had it for years. And I remember this one time, I got down from my bunk bed, and I'd walked all the way over to where my like parents were sleeping. And hold on, no, it's fine. And I woke him up, and I woke my mum up, and I said to her, "Can I have $1?" And she was like, "What?" And I said, "Can I have $1?" And she was like, "Why do you want $1?" And I just went, "Because it's not cheap to sleep." And then went back to bed. And this was when I was like 6, maybe.
Imagine you doing that and then just going back to
But it was really funny because I'd managed to walk all the way down my room and all the way across the hall and wake them up and have that conversation with them, which was really funny. And for ages I used to sing in my sleep without even knowing. So I'd wake people up and creep them out by singing shit. Oh, God, like creepy child singing voices and that. But
I do have one of me sleepwalking, actually. I do.
Okay.
So this was back at our dad's house, and it was when your mum went with dad. It was my mum with dad, and they were still together. So it might have been in that weird sort of period where you didn't actually know I existed.
Yeah, for 2 years I didn't know you even existed.
Yeah,
because they'd not told me yet.
Well, no, it'll be later on than that, because what did you know? Because
it was
at
his
like
current
2
house.
years old? How old was I?
Yeah.
So okay, all right. So you will have known me then, because I will have been like 5 or 6.
Yeah, and, you might have been 3 or 4 actually, but I think you were like a toddler. I think you would have been like maybe 3 actually.
Yeah. So basically, what what happened was I was asleep, and then I sleptwalked, and I walked downstairs, and my mum and our our dad they had like guests over. They had like friends of theirs, and I walked past the room that they were in. Without them noticing, without them even noticing me. I went into the kitchen. I went to the pedal bin. I pressed the pedal in the pedal bin so the lid came up, and I just got my cock out and started pissing in the bin. I just started pissing in this pedal bin, and then I think I don't know if it was Mum or like her friend came in, and they were like, "Oh my god, what are you doing?" And I just like, just in a dream state, just like looked up at him and went, "Damn, dude." Like almost like this dream state of me was just like, I know what I'm fucking doing. Don't be stupid.
Oh, that's brilliant. I love sleepwalking stories.
Yeah.
Jasmine talks in her sleep all the time. It might be fun to get her to tell some sleepwalking stories or something next time. But for now, that's a podcast. That's been a decent one, that really, isn't it? Going through some stories and some sleepwalking stuff. I hope people stuck around. And yeah, twitch.tv/GamesBadly.
You should have just ended it on Twitch. You should have just gone, yeah, Twitch, and then ended it.
Listen to the album Behind the Screen on all the platforms, the digital ones anyway. Right, say bye, Judd.
Bye, Judd.
I'm gonna kill him in his sleep. Okay, goodbye.